So in this session we just look at how to write and then call simple functions in C. One easy way of thinking about functions is to look at pop songs with verses and chorus. So here we've got a pop song with a verse, followed by a chorus, and then another verse, and then the chorus, and a little bit of a verse, and then some more chorus. And what we're going to do is we're going to write a program which basically outputs the verses and the chorus in the correct order without us having to type the chorus in many times. So we start off with just our main code and our main function, and then we think about how we're going to output the song. So if we have a look at the song, then this first verse is what we're going to write as a function. So to write a function, we write the code for the function outside of main. So I'm going to set my function up here. Sometimes you find that functions are written underneath main with the declaration going on top, but we're going to, for this example, we're going to just put our functions above the main function. So I've started off with just the bare code for a function. So this function doesn't return anything, so it has void here as opposed to int, which is what main returns, and it returns whatever the value of exit success is. So this is void, and so we're not going to have a return statement at the end of it. And it's also void, which is similar to main, so we don't pass anything into the function. And now the whole purpose of this function is to just print out verse 1. So I'm just going to put a printf print format statement in here to output that verse. Rather than having lots of printf statements, within the one printf statement I've put all of the code that I want printed, and I've used \n here to separate out the lines, and here I've just tabbed these in just to make it more readable. The printf is still surrounded by curly brackets. The print format function ends with a semicolon, but each individual line has double quotes around it at the beginning and the end of the line. So compile that. So this is our code for the verse 1, outputting of verse 1. But if we compile it and run it, it won't actually output verse 1 yet. For that, we have to call the function. And calling the function means in main, we tell the function to run. And so in main is where we call verse 1, and we call it just by saying verse 1 with brackets. If we were passing anything in, we would put those values here, but we're not, and we end that with a semicolon. So when we compile and run this, int main, our main function, is going to output whatever is in verse 1. Having done this, we can now write another function underneath verse 1, which is for the chorus. I've constructed the chorus function in exactly the same way as verse 1. So it's a void function, it's not going to return anything, and it's void for its parameter list as well, which basically means it's not going to take anything in. The printf statements are constructed exactly as above. I've added an extra printf statement just for line breaks, so there are line breaks between the verse and the chorus being printed. And then I've called the function chorus in exactly the same way as I've called the verse 1 function. Now, for the rest of the song, we can now see that we need another verse and then the chorus is repeated again. So I'm just going to construct the functions for each of these and show you what it will look like. Once we've put all the verses in and we've defined the chorus once, we can then call chorus many times like we have done here, and that means that we're reusing code instead of having to rewrite it again and again and again. So that's functions. In the slides from the session, there are links to other songs which you can then break up into functions and outputs, just to get a little bit of practice doing these.